to Where I Long to Be, a magical trip report podcast. My name is Virginia, and I am your host. Thank you all for tuning in today for another pre-trip report episode. If you have a trip of your own on the books, I am currently looking for people who will be traveling in January, February, and March of 2026. If that applies to you, please submit to be a trip report guest through my website, which is whereilongtobepodcast.com. Once there, you'll click on the Be Our Guest button. Let's get into today's episode. Please join me in welcoming Chris to the podcast. Welcome to the podcast, Chris.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Or should I say trumpet squid?
Chris is fine. Trumpet Squid is my alter ego. Do you know where Trumpet Squid's from?
I do, which is how I first noticed your account on TikTok. Was I saw your handle and I was like, Trumpet Squid from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Yeah,
Obviously.
I can't take credit for it. There's another podcast I listen to, Rope Drop Radio. They always talk about Trumpet Squid, and I was like, that's so awesome. And then when I decided that I would try to make a foray into TikTok, I was like, oh, I got to call myself something fun. So Trumpet Squid it is.
Yeah, I love Trumpet Squid, and I was a trumpet minor in college, so my eye is naturally drawn to the word trumpet anyway, and so that's how I was like scrolling as one does on TikTok, and I was like, oh, Trumpet Squid, I like that name.
Well, great.
And then I was
glad it caught your attention.
Immediate follow.
Thank you.
So I have a good time watching all your content, and I just want to know, what inspired you to get started on TikTok? Because you're pretty active over there.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I don't know. I think I feel like people who are on TikTok always feel like they should be more active on TikTok.
Oh, that's me. Totally.
I don't think I'm any like sort of crazy influencer person. I just, I just wanted to be creative. Disney parks, I should say. There's a lot of Disney that I'm not a huge fan. I'm not like a fanatic with the movies, especially the older movies. But now that I've got a young son and he's starting to watch Disney stuff, I just really love the parks, like the ethos. I just love how things work and go and why things are the way they are. And when we all started getting on TikTok, I feel like with the pandemic, and clearly I saw that this was like a community. This was like a place where people were just posting things that I was interested in watching. And so I'm like, well, maybe I could try and see if I can be funny on TikTok. And so far, so good. It's been a nice creative outlet for me. I think, we all try to get on there to make money. I haven't made any money yet, but I don't know. It's been a nice creative outlet for me. I really like it. And it gives me something to like enhance my park experience. I'm excited to go back there to take some video and see what to do with it afterwards. I don't get to go there. I'm not going there every month or anything like that. So when I do go, now I've got a whole new thing to do when I'm there.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to go.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody always thinks they should be posting more. I know I should be posting more, and not to make money necessarily as much as to draw attention to the podcast, because I recognize that there's an untapped audience there. And I don't know if it's my age or what, but there's just so many things that you kind of have to keep up with in terms of social media. And I only have so much bandwidth. Like, I am a real person with a real career, and this is something I started as my creative outlet, and it's like it takes up so much time, but it's something I keep saying to myself, I'm gonna give a little bit more in that space in hopes of it bringing people over to be listeners. So that I have a trip coming up actually later this week, so my goal is to do a little bit more TikToking and get back into it. Because you'll notice if you go to my page on TikTok, I did a little spurt and then I just totally stopped.
Yeah.
But
people. So I think the best advice that I got was to just take videos of everything. As much as we want to take photos, just try to take as much video content as possible. If you think you want to take a picture of something, take a video. Hold the button down on your phone, right? So that even if it's a 6 or 10 second clip, I mean, that could easily be ported over to TikTok and
Right.
used in a variety of ways. So that's my goal, is like, I've already got pictures. I got 100 pictures of the castle. Like, we
Yeah.
need more pictures. We need more video content. So,
Did it take you a while to feel comfortable talking to the camera? Because you do a lot of
oh,
like talking directly to the camera.
I don't know if I don't know if I'm comfortable right now.
Wait, do you
I
mean
don't know.
comfortable right now talking to me?
Yeah, I mean, even just seeing myself on this camera is scary. I wouldn't say I'm comfortable with it. I think it's something
Hmm.
that I'm still working on. I
Hmm.
think the big fear that I and like lots of people have is like doing it in the park, right? Like
Yeah.
putting your phone out. It's so clear what you're doing.
Right.
We've been to the parks and you're like, oh, that person's filming a TikTok or
Hmm.
something. And that that will be an interesting thing to do. I like bought myself like a gimbal,
Mm.
and we'll see if that is something that I can get more comfortable with.
I mean, you
Um,
could always make it into a voiceover.
exactly, right.
So
As long as you
it's an
have the video
option.
content, you can do something
Right.
with it later. So yeah,
Right. Well, I will say, from an outsider's perspective, watching you talk directly to the camera, you don't seem uncomfortable at all.
good to know. Appreciate
So,
that. It's right. I usually just hold it right in front of my face and
hmm.
see whatever comes out of my mouth. So yeah. That's the like when I'm the time between, if there's a
Hmm.
lot of time between when I've gone to the parks last and when I'm going to go again, and often there is,
Hmm.
we're talking several months sometimes. You run out of just things to post, so you just start reusing things, and then now it's like, what's coming to my head?
Hmm.
What's what
Well, you
other
can
things can I
always have an
post about?
opinion on something,
Oh,
even if you're
I've
not
learned that.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are some of the ones that have really have hit. Is like when I decide to talk about something, the worst bus stop on property or something like that, and yeah, that always goes.
What is the worst bus stop on property?
Oh, it's the Grand Floridian bus stop. I
Oh,
posted a TikTok
I saw
about
that
this,
one. Yes.
and we did a like a 9-person family trip
Hmm.
last November, and we went to the Grand Floridian to see the Christmas tree and all of that stuff, and we wanted to go somewhere um, else, and we needed to get on the bus.
Hmm.
And I guess most people, which makes sense, like take the monorail or a boat or whatever, but we had to get on the bus, and
Hmm.
it was like one way in, one way out, and everything. You couldn't like walk to the road, and I get it was
Hmm.
all for like safety reasons, but you have people coming off the bus going up the ramp and people going down the ramp to get on the bus. It was like, this is awful.
Yeah, and there's not a clear place at that bus stop for a line to form. Like in
Nope.
some bus stops, it's kind of clear when the bus comes, we will all kind of line up in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just not enough space there. So I remember seeing that TikTok now that you mention it. So
Too small. Too
yeah,
small.
yeah. Well, keep having your opinions, Chris. Uh,
Thanks.
tell me a little bit about your history with the Disney parks. How long have you been going?
So I'm not someone that went a lot as like a child. I do have pictures of myself at like Mickey's Toontown when it was still
Hmm.
around in Disney World. And meeting Mickey when I was, probably like 4, 5, 6. Um, and then I did another trip with my parents, maybe like 2003, which was like right before high school.
Hmm.
But then I didn't go again for a long time until a group of friends from college. We all went on a trip in 2015, and then since then, that was really like I see this as more than just, oh, it's Mickey and Minnie. It's
Hmm.
like there's so much more to this. So
Hmm.
ever since 2015, that's when I've been paying attention more and like reading blogs and paying more attention to like what's going on at the parks and the festivals and things that are being built, things that are closing.
Hmm.
Um, and then in 2022, we took my son there for his second birthday, and ever since then, we have been going at least once a year, if not twice. Or one year we ended up going like 3 times because we went in January, then I went in the middle,
Hmm.
and then we went in the end. So um, yeah. So ever since 2022, I've definitely been trying to dive more into podcasts,
Hmm.
TikTok stuff, blogs. I've got like 6 or 7 podcasts that I listen to, all about Disney, whether that's trip planning, trip reports,
Hmm.
we just booked our first Disney cruise that we're going to go
Ooh.
on next April. So I'm definitely in. I feel like I'm in my vacation era. Like we
You got to stay in that
definitely.
era. It can't just be an era.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Like it's almost like I'm trying to catch up because we didn't
Uh-huh.
do it. I didn't do it very much. Um,
You
and
mentioned your
so
wife earlier. Is she, maybe you mentioned her before we even started recording, probably. So this might be the first time listeners are hearing mention of her. Is she as big a Disney fan?
If she were here, she would. If she were next to me, she would say, "Of course I am. Of course I am." And she is. I think she definitely has a lot more of the typical Disney fan background. She grew up watching all these films. She can, she loves Snow White and the older the original animation films and things like
Hmm.
that. For me, I've watched Lion King, Pocahontas. I had that kind of stuff when I was a kid. I
Hmm.
loved Toy Story, but it kind of fizzled out. It's like, oh, Disney, it's so childish. She kept it going though. She
Hmm.
went and saw all the things, and again, so now I'm like playing catch up. There are some things now where it's like, oh, well, let me go watch these things that everyone's always talking about. And I've done a lot of homework since
Hmm.
I feel like I'm a lot more engaged about it. But yeah, since she's been obviously coming with me to the parks. She's all about it. We've reached the point where we have taken our son. We have also gone by ourselves. We are not
Hmm.
taking our son on this next trip. Like
Okay.
it's a balance, and we see Disney is definitely like a relaxing place for us, somewhere where we can like have some fun together. And whether we've reached the point where like folks say that you get to the point where it's a privilege that you don't have to do everything. It's
Right.
like you
Yeah.
like you like okay, we've finally reached the point where if I don't do this thing, it's not a disaster. And that's
Right.
very much how we're looking at this next trip. It's like just the two of us.
Hmm.
um Gonna be trying to make it as relaxing as possible within a
Everybody always
Disney.
says that.
I know, yeah, I know, and so yeah, it's almost stressful to make it relaxing. But
What is your wife's name?
Chrissy, so it's Chris and
Chris and
Chrissy.
Chrissy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And does your son know that you're going to Disney without him?
Oh, that's such a really good question. It was stressing me out. Like we have to tell him. We can't tell him that we're not. So he does know. I think we told him probably like last week. So we said, okay, we're gonna go on this trip, and it's just mom and dad who are gonna go. And he kind of was like, oh, what? And I said, but we'll bring you back something. And immediately he was like, I want the Wally remote control Wally. Just bring it back. That'll be fine. I was like, oh, okay, if that's no problem. He
Mm,
doesn't know. He won't be listening to this podcast. He doesn't know that
mhm.
he's going on the Disney cruise. So
Okay.
that will I think he'll be excited about
You said
because we've
he's
been
5.
watching.
It's never too
Yeah.
early to start listening to Disney podcasts, Chris. Come on.
I mean, when we're in the car, he
Just
does.
have him
Yeah.
listen on a different device so he'll count as another download for me.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, yeah. So he does know. He has requested the remote control Wally. We will bring him the
Mhm.
remote control Wally, maybe a couple of other things, but
Okay.
yeah, it is an interesting thing though. Like when you do have a kid, and it's like, well, we want to go by ourselves because we
Mhm.
we get so much out of it too. And when you bring
Yeah.
your kid, as you know, like it's just no matter what age they are,
Yeah.
even if you bring a parent, right, or a sibling, it's like
Mhm.
it becomes a totally different trip, especially if you are the planner person, if you're the person that's in
Mhm.
charge, quote unquote,
Yep.
um, booking the things, making the plans, and you've got a plan for just so easier to just plan for one other person, than even just trying to manage your kids' wants and needs. So
Yeah.
looking
My
forward to it.
husband and I took a spontaneous long weekend trip to Disney last summer while our son was at sleepaway camp. And the letters that because I used to email him every day at
Mm.
camp, just kind of alluding to what we were doing, but not really saying what we were doing. So I would say things like, took a walk with dad down by the lake. And it was like the lake at Epcot. So we
Yeah,
told him after we picked him up from camp, and he forgave us. But all right,
they do forgive easily. Yeah.
they do. They do, especially when there are bribes involved. like
Yeah.
remote control Wallies. Um, so, all right. Do you have annual passes, or if not, what kind of tickets do you have?
We do not have annual passes. Being out of state, that's like, oh man, it's definitely like a wish. And I have tried to do the math to be like, is this worth it? And it always turns out to just like, there's too much unknown, right? Like
Hmm.
we're not
Yeah.
DVC members, so it's like, things can always go awry. So we don't have annual
Right.
passes. We do for this upcoming trip. We do have 4-day park hopper tickets.
Okay. Regular Park Hopper or Hopper Plus?
I think just regular Hopper. Honestly, I
Okay.
don't know if we have the Hopper Plus. What we
Okay.
do have is the plan that I guess the deal that we got was it includes free quick serve. Well, free. It included a quick service dining
Okay.
plan for both of us. Originally, we had actually scheduled this trip, like it was already reserved and everything, to be a club level stay at Coronado.
Hmm.
And when our travel agent reached back out to us, she said, "Hey, there's this deal if you want. It's an extra $200. It's the same length of your stay. You would have to drop club level, but
Hmm.
you get 4 days worth of park hopper tickets and a quick service dining plan for $200." And we were only originally doing 2 days in the parks with the club level. So I was like, I think we'll take the 4 days. I think it's
Yeah.
just,
That's a no-brainer.
we can do club level another time. We've never done it before, but I was like, I thought it was too good of a deal for $200.
So are you still at Coronado Springs?
We are in the tower. Yep.
Okay. All right. And who is your travel planner? And you want to give them a shout out?
Oh yeah, Danny from Fantastical Vacations. Yeah, she's great.
Okay. And I will make sure to get her information from you so we can
Show, yeah.
give her a plug in the show notes. All right. Have you stayed at the tower before?
Nope. Nope. First time
Okay.
at Coronado Springs, first time at the tower.
Okay. Where do you normally stay? Are you the moderate type of family? Are you like occasionally stay deluxe? What's
I
your vibe?
think right now we are definitely a anywhere but all stars kind of family. So like yeah, generally value, but I
Yeah.
mean we when we've been there with our son, we've stayed at Pop,
Hmm.
we stayed at Art of Animation. Um, my wife and I, when we went on it by ourselves, we've stayed at Wilderness Lodge, and I even did one solo night trip at Yacht Club. But
Hmm.
I think we're definitely. I mean, so on average, that would make us moderate, but
Uh-huh.
in reality, we probably are more of a value,
Okay.
but not the all stars.
Okay.
If we can swing it.
Yeah, I am trying to make my way around to every Disney resort,
Yeah,
and
that's what I'd like to do
I
too. Yeah.
am doing one night at All Star Sports for this upcoming trip because I've never stayed there before. So, giving it a go for one night. I'm not a huge sports person, so we'll see. I even like normally have an opinion on where I want to be within a property, and I went to look at the choices for do you want to ask for certain whatever, and it was I think it
Mm-hmm.
said like baseball section, football section. I was like,
Right.
I really don't care.
Yeah.
It does not matter to me. It put me where you're going to put me because this is just really for the experience of doing it. But Pop Century has my heart as a value
Yeah,
resort.
I think we have come to the conclusion that if that's code, I guess that would sort of be our base resort.
Hmm.
I think I really liked it. We both have enjoyed it. Our son,
Yeah.
talks about the bowling ball pool.
Hmm.
Like it fits the need. I think some of the other places with our son might be almost slightly overwhelming. I think we would like to stay at French Quarter.
Mm.
We almost had a reservation there, and then we ended up switching it elsewhere when we did our trip in the last fall.
Hmm.
Um, but I too would like to try as many as possible. So when we do go, I try not to stay at the same place if I can make it happen. But
Hmm.
Pop Century is. I think it's great. I mean, it's not the Skyliner, which
Yeah.
is, as we know, a ride in itself. So I would say that's sort of our home.
I think you're gonna love the tower. It has such a deluxe feel to it. I know everybody says that, but
Mm.
it feels more elevated than any of the other moderates, and because you're right there in the tower, it's so easy to get down to the quick service, it's easy to walk to the different restaurants that are available, and it's just a really beautiful resort. So, besides the fact that you only have bus as an option there,
Yeah, that's a big caveat. Yeah.
but it is so nice. So, I really think that you will enjoy your stay there. So,
Yeah,
I
we're
hope you will.
super excited. I think if we had our son coming, maybe we would have done something else. But it's just the two of us, and
Mhm.
again,
Yeah.
like we can manage the bus fine. We
Mhm.
won't have anybody crying in the background saying that they want to take the Skyliner.
Right, and no
Um,
strollers to fold up
yeah,
or anything
no
like that.
strollers to fold up exactly. I will say though, like looking at the rest of the resort, I mean, if I wasn't staying in the tower,
Mhm.
I kind of it's like the idea of an internal bus system scares
Mhm.
me. I think maybe I need a couple more trips to before I'm ready to be like total like take the wheel. I'll just take the, like whatever. I don't have to rush anywhere.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, but yeah, I'm looking forward to being in the tower. Looking forward to, like you said, that deluxe feel um and yeah, just looking forward to an internal door. A door in a
Mhm.
hallway, not a
Yes. If it's
door on the
raining,
the
y
outside.
also internal route to get to the quick
Yep.
service, so
Oh
you
yeah.
don't have to worry about going outside. Have you had a dining plan before?
No, no, I've
Okay.
never had a dining plan. So I've been doing a lot of research into how to get the most out of your dining plan, and
Mhm.
I mean, it's just for me, what really sealed it with this was like, okay, again, for an extra $200, we're able to get more days in the park, including the day that we're leaving, which we normally don't do.
Mhm.
Um, and this quick service plan because it's Food and Wine Festival.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
and I know that there's some booths will take it, some won't, whatever. But
Mhm.
again, the thought is like we're probably not going to do a lot of sit down dining. We want to just do a lot of quick service. This seemed like
Mhm.
let's see what we can do, and
Yeah.
it'll be a kind of a nice experiment.
Have you used the Food and Wine app before?
Oh yes, I have, and I have it on my phone.
It is the
I
best.
discovered
Have you
it.
marked what you're interested in for
I
this
have not
festival?
yet done
Okay.
that. I think we're like 11. I just looked earlier, like 11 days away. I feel like I
Mhm.
do need to start. I have read like the menus and the guides that have come out to see what might be available. But yes, I'm familiar with that app. What a great thing! I love
Yeah.
it. It'll be. I'm excited. I have not yet checked off all the things
Okay. All right. Well, you still have a little bit of time, but I
yet.
think it's
Yeah.
good to plan so that you
Yep.
can
Yep.
be focused in your efforts when you get there. All right, let's get into all the day-to-day plans. So you're arriving on Friday, September the 5th. What are your
Yeah.
plans for the first day?
So we actually aren't arriving until at night,
Oh,
because
okay.
my wife's a teacher and so we could not leave and we can't leave until she's finished. So
I
we're
mean,
not actually
you could, but
arriving.
she might get in trouble.
Yeah, we could. Thank you. I'll tell her that. that. So we want to be conscious of precious PTO. So
Mhm.
we're not leaving until she's finished with school. So we're not getting into what is it they call Mickey controlled Orlando MCO until like 9:20 p.m. or so. So really, we're just like we're skirting in, and it really pains me because the minute I wake up that morning, it's like we could be checking in. We could already be on a plane. This is the day, like arrival day. It's
Wait, are
here,
you
and
working this day?
oh yeah, I mean I've got to, or
Okay.
else
I
I'll
mean,
just
I
be
could just
stirring,
imagine, yeah, you just sitting there waiting for
just be
her to
stirring. Yeah.
finish.
So in fact, I was saying so. Okay, well, we're not going to get in until 9:20, which means we're probably not going to get to the resort
Mhm.
until 10:30.
Right.
Hopefully something will be open for us to eat. I think quick
Mhm.
service will be open. Just almost we might get in
Mhm.
there.
I think you just have to
Otherwise,
pay attention when you land to see how much time do you actually have and determine,
right.
do we need to grab something here at MCO on our way past
Right.
or not.
Right.
What time does your flight leave, and where are you leaving from to go to Orlando?
We are leaving from Washington D.C. Our flight leaves at 7 o'clock on that Friday, so we get in at about 9:20.
Okay. All right. And how are you going to get from MCO over to your resort?
I think we'll just take an Uber. In the
Mhm.
past, we have scheduled the Mears Connect. I like many of us mourn the loss of Magical Express and pray every day for its magical return. And every time they do a little something to, like, whether it's the bag thing or whatever, it's like, oh, maybe it'll come back. And in fact, I would pay for it. I would pay for Magical Express, just for that convenience. But we've done Mears before, and for the two of us, it's just going to be quicker and possibly even cheaper for us to just take an Uber. We don't have to worry
Yeah.
about a car seat or anything, which was part of the reason why we would do Mears Connect.
Yeah. Yep. You just have to weigh it out every time and determine whether it's
Yep.
worth it on. And when you're coming in late at night like that, on the one hand, you don't have anything you're rushing to get there for. So it's kind of like, it
Right.
takes a little longer. But on the other hand, it's later in the evening and you probably just want to get straight to your resort so you can go to bed so you can make the most of the following day.
Right.
So,
Right.
all right. So let's get into Saturday, September the 6th. What are your plans for that day?
So we are big Animal Kingdom fans. Some might even say, Animal Kingdom is the best park. Some people might say that.
Some being you.
I think if I were to rank them, it will be. I mean, there's only four, so it would probably be one or two for sure. So we're planning to do Animal Kingdom that day. We want to get there in the morning. I have on our plans rope drop Animal Kingdom. I'm hoping that we will find the rally in us to do that. And just I love the idea of rope drop, not because I'm like need to get to a ride, but just because when you get there that early in the morning, and of course everything always opens before rope. Like, okay, if the park's going to open right at whatever time, it's always like seemingly 30 minutes beforehand. So like, if you're there and you get in and you've got a full hour before everybody else comes in, sometimes
Hmm.
the people who don't have the early entry, it can be such a magical, for lack of a better term, experience.
Hmm.
Just like it is serene. We've rope dropped Animal Kingdom before, but we were always running to something.
Uh-huh.
I think my wife will probably try to get to Flight of Passage so we can
Hmm.
cross that off the list for her. I am not a big, as we will come to find out, I am not a big thrill ride fan.
Okay.
And so Flight of Passage is not something I have done, nor am I particularly interested in doing, even if it's, supposed to be a really great ride. For
Hmm.
me, I've never gotten the chance to go on the Navi River journey, so I'm
Oh.
hoping that she can get on Flight of Passage, get off, and we'll jump right into the 2 minute spectacle of lights, because I would
um,
like to do that.
so for when you are in the parks and you're going to be trying to make the most of the different rides and attractions, are you a family that likes to do multipass?
Yeah, this is I something we discussed just before I came on to do this podcast. Was are we gonna do what are we gonna do? Generally, yes, I would say we are. I would say I don't like to spend time waiting in line. It's really hard for me to do that, and especially harder when you have a young child. But in a situation like this, I think if we because we have to make that decision somewhat in advance, it's like we do have
Hmm.
to make that decision. Like, what are we going to do? I don't quite know yet whether or not we're going to pull the trigger. I feel like we either pull the trigger for all 4 days or we
Hmm.
don't, because we have hoppers and because we know we're going to be all over the place.
Hmm.
You know, on the other hand, this might be a good day for us to just do it and do Animal Kingdom because it'll be the cheapest park, and
Hmm.
if we go somewhere else, we go somewhere else.
That's
So
true.
I'm gonna
You
go ahead
pay
and
less for it at
lean.
Animal Kingdom Day.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean into yes, we will, just so we can again maximize that like relax, no
Hmm.
have to don't have to be waiting in line and maximize our time together. So I'm going to lean
Mhm.
into yes, but I on the flip side, we'll figure out if I actually did it.
Okay. If you do it, what would be your 3 advanced selections? It sounds like Navi River would be one of them.
Yeah, it'll probably be Navi River, the safari, and my wife will probably want to do Everest. And then I'd probably try to get her that flight of passage individual lightning lane
Mhm.
to guarantee her that opportunity to go on it. But I probably wouldn't even go on Everest. I'm there for the safari. I'm there for the vibes and the
Mhm.
food and Nomad Lounge. That's why I'm
Oh my
there.
gosh. Yes, Nomad Lounge. I love Nomad Lounge. I made a, Nomad Lounge fan club shirt for my podcast,
Oh,
shop
oh,
because I love it so much. All right, so sounds like you will definitely be hopping this day. Do you have a
yeah.
sense of where you might hop to, or are you just still
Yeah,
gonna
I
leave it in
think
the air?
I asterisk, like, all plans subject to change, but
Sure.
the plan would be to go to Epcot and jump into Food and Wine like in the early afternoon, because as much as I do love Animal Kingdom, I mean, once we get through anything that we really wanted to go on, I get to do the safari
Mhm.
and spend some time at Nomad Lounge. I'm probably itching to leave, to
Mhm.
go do something else. Um, if this trip was a 7 day or 7 day trip or longer, I would say spend the whole day there. But
Mhm.
I think we'll probably make our way over to Epcot just to eat, really.
Mhm.
So that's, yeah, and before we go back to the hotel, to the
Do
resort.
you do you think you will be doing any midday breaks on this trip?
I think we would be doing them sort of. I think if we were going to do real breaks, it will either be a sit down dining experience or
Mhm.
some sit down quick service thing.
Okay, not
Uh,
going back to your resort for a nap or for pool or anything like
no.
that.
If anything, we would maybe delay our start, right, to kind
Sure.
of in the morning, or just go
Okay.
back and call it a day.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
All right. Sunday, September 7th. Which park are you starting at on that day?
So, no rope drop today on this day. We're planning to kind of go to the Riviera, and I
Okay.
wanted to get some breakfast there. Le Petit Cafe.
Yes.
There's like a chocolate chip
Yes.
banana
You're
bread, which I've
talking my
never had,
language, Chris.
but
It's so good.
I love chocolate chip banana bread.
Ugh.
So I really want to get that, get a coffee, and then you know, we could either go to Epcot because it's on the Skyliner, or this might be a great day for us to actually go to Magic Kingdom in the morning because it's a
Mhm.
party day, and we're not doing we're not doing Mickey's Not So Scary. So
Mhm.
um, generally you get lighter crowds generally, I guess, right, when it's a party day because
Yeah.
most people are coming in the afternoon. So we think, yeah, either way, I could see us going to Epcot again just for Epcot. We
Mhm.
do have a 1 p.m. Go82 reservation that day.
Oh,
Um,
exciting.
when we have also a 5:10, so we have to decide which one we want to do. So if we end up thinking we're going to do the 1 p.m., we'll probably go to Epcot. If not, I could see us going to Magic Kingdom and
Mhm.
enjoying the ambiance there.
Mhm.
Again, just like I'm just really seeing this trip as a total, like, I don't know, I hate to use the word vibes, but just
Mhm.
like a vibey trip, and
Yeah.
also video content. Man, I just take the slow walk up Main Street or something, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So either way, I could see us going either way.
Yeah, if you also have a 5 PM reservation for GO82, then I if you're asking my opinion, which you're not, but I'm gonna give
I
it to you
am. No,
anyway.
go ahead.
I would take advantage of the lower crowds at Magic Kingdom because you don't necessarily need to rope drop. You could take your time getting over there by, stopping, getting your Le Petit Cafe banana bread, which is amazing. And then just do what you can at Magic Kingdom. Like, you don't even
Yeah.
necessarily need to have
Right.
multi-pass. And
Yeah.
then
This could be a great day for
yeah.
not even having it because
Right, because
what do I
that's
even
what's
need it
gonna
for?
feel relaxing to you is not having, besides maybe going to your 5 p.m. GO 82, not necessarily having anywhere to run to, which means you look at the map and you go, this has a low wait time. That sounds good to me. Let's do it. Or
I
we just
bet.
want to sit on this bench and enjoy
Oh,
the people
I
watching.
love a good bench.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
nothing wrong with the good bench and a Starbucks or a Joffrey's
Mm-hmm.
coffee.
Yep.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's those are so many of the things where I've been on other trips before with either other people or my son, and it's like, I just want to sit on this bench and I don't want to
Yeah.
do anything. So I think you've convinced me. I think, yeah, I mean,
Good.
absolutely. Since we have the second reservation at GO82, we can do Magic Kingdom, swing around to GO82.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this what I'm trying to do is make Phantasmic happen
Uh-huh.
that evening. So maybe after GO82, we're gone and we're going
Mm-hmm.
to Hollywood Studios,
Yeah.
which we can do on the Skyliner,
Uh-huh.
and wrapping up the evening with Phantasmic.
Yeah. And I
That's what I'd
always
love to do.
say that to me, there's no bad seat for Phantasmic. So I don't even think you have to get there super early. You just sit where you can
Yep.
fit in and it's all good.
Yeah,
So
agree. In fact, I probably would prefer to sit in the top anyway.
yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Me too. I don't want to sit down where I'm gonna get splashed and feel
Yep.
chilly.
Nope. My big thing is I do not want to get wet. I
Right.
don't do wet rides. I don't do wet rides.
I
I have a
don't
lot of
I don't
caveats.
mind as long as it's like hot out and I'm wearing
Mm,
appropriate footwear and if I'm
mhm.
planned for it. I don't like getting splashed if I was not planning to get splashed. So,
Fair enough.
I have a challenge for you, Chris,
Uh-oh.
because you said how much you liked benches. So I know for a fact that my husband has a favorite bench in Hollywood Studios. So my challenge for you is when you get back, can you tell us your favorite bench in all four parks?
Sounds great. I
With
love that.
justification as to why they're your favorite.
Give me good things to make notes about. I
Yeah.
love it. That's great. And good TikTok content. I
Don't forget to tag me.
will. Yeah, that's great.
All right, let's get into Monday, September the 8th.
Yeah, so Monday we are planning to rope drop Hollywood Studios. And I am not like a big Star Wars fan or anything. I like Star Wars. More of a
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek fan myself, but
Okay.
we'll just wait for Disney to buy that IP. um, but last trip we rope drop Hollywood Studios because my son really wanted to go on Slinky Dog
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff. And I didn't go on it. My wife went on it because roller coasters are just, even Slinky Dog. I'm good. I don't need it. So I got to sit and wait, and I was sitting on a bench,
Uh-huh.
right outside of, like, right by the Toy Story bathrooms, like at the,
Mm-hmm.
like, so that I could see them when they come out of Slinky Dog. And I it was the most amazing morning. It was cold. I love the cold in Florida. I was like, this was amazing. It was I could hear the birds chirping and just like kids screaming and laughing. It was like an idyllic experience. I like have a TikTok where I think I was just like 30 seconds of whatever my view was,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, I need to do that again. So we're gonna rope drop Hollywood Studios because we also, again, I think they let us in like 30 minutes before early entry,
Mm-hmm.
and we were done. We did everything that we wanted to do before the park opened. We were
Wow.
able to get it done. So, in terms of like a Star Wars, a couple of the Toy Story rides. So that's what we want to do again.
Okay.
Go there, get a breakfast Ronto wrap, which is, I
Mm-hmm.
love the Ronto
Yes.
wraps. Um, that's the plan for Monday morning, is to do Hollywood Studios and then see where the day takes us. I have a 12 p.m. dining reservation at Nine Dragons in Epcot because I'm a Nine Dragons stan. I know that it's just takeout
Yeah.
Chinese food. I know that you can get it anywhere, but I think it's delicious, and I love
I
Chinese
have a
food.
confession. I've never been there.
Oh,
My
that's
my
fine.
family has been there without me. I have never been myself.
It's admittedly, like, if it's not the place I would recommend a first time person go, or like, but it is, if you're looking for a good solid meal, It's a
Mhm.
great spot. Now, I don't know if we're going to end up doing it. In fact, I was proposing that we cancel all of our sit down dining because
Mhm.
I really don't know if we want to be tied down to anything. But it's there. I have a feeling
You can
we
decide
might
the day
scrap it,
of.
but we'll decide the day of. We can take the Skyliner over, so again,
Mhm.
not a problem if we wanted to just do that. And this might be a good. We might go back to the resort this day.
Mhm.
Um, we might not. We do want to end the night, however, because this is the day that's sandwiched in between two uh,
Parties.
Halloween party days.
Yeah.
So if we want to do nighttime, if we want to see Happily Ever After, and we
Okay.
want to do Starlight, this is this is the day. I mean, I guess we could do it Saturday too, but I'm thinking Monday's the day. So we want to be there at night for at least Starlight. I've seen Happily Ever After a bajillion times at this point, if
Mhm.
you count YouTube videos. So,
Okay.
um,
So Starlight would be new for you.
yep, haven't
Is
yeah.
is there anything else that's going to be new for you this trip? I'm imagining maybe the villain
Geo82,
show.
right?
Okay,
The
yes,
Villain
Geo
Show,
82.
yes, yep.
Mhm.
The Villain Show, excited for that. Starlight. We unfortunately have not gotten the Beak and Barrel
Ugh,
reservation.
I have been trying.
I was up at 6 a.m. the day on August 14th when
Shame.
everything blew up, and
Yep.
I even made a TikTok about it. I was like, I was at work, and still there was nothing, and no message from Disney about like if they were going to try
No.
again.
I wish they had
Um,
called it earlier
oh,
because
I agree.
I
Yeah,
too, like I was checking and then I went into work. That was an in-person day. So
yeah,
I rode the train and I was like, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to be on the
yeah,
subway and it's going
yep,
to go live and it's all going to be taken. And then, I was in in-person meetings, but every time I would come out of a meeting, I'd be like, oh, let me just refresh, see if it's
right.
there yet. So the entire day, as I got little moments, I was like, let me check. And for them not to call it until that late in the
Oh
day, that was
yeah.
just cruel.
It was very mean. So Disney, if you're listening, like shame on you.
Shame.
So
Yes.
many people, yeah, so many people. It was, and then it even took them a while to announce
Yeah.
that they
When it
were going
would
to do it
happen.
another day.
Right. Yeah.
And then of course the day came, and it was 7 o'clock at night that they did the. And
Yeah.
I mean, by
Which
that
is
point,
fine. I got on at 7 o'clock at night and I didn't get into the website until probably like 7:40. And by that point,
well,
all the
yeah, they had
because
that
I'm
the
going so
queue thing.
soon.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
then they had the
So
queue
it
thing
couldn't
too.
work.
That was also something that I mean, maybe they should have done that on August 14th.
Yeah.
But it was so unfortunately
I mean,
we
maybe
don't have
something
the.
will pop up while
Oh
you're
yeah,
there. Who
we'll
knows?
keep trying.
Who knows?
But yeah, so those are the only things that are new. Starlight, the villains,
Mhm.
Geo82.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And your departure day, Friday, September the 9th. What park are you going to?
Tuesday of the night.
Tuesday the 9th. Yes.
This is this is another it's a Halloween party day.
Okay.
So obviously we're gonna be gone before that even becomes an issue, but this is gonna be our Magic
Mhm.
Kingdom morning,
Right.
whatever. We do not need to leave until 4 o'clock. So we've got the whole morning.
Leave the resort at 4 o'clock to go to the airport or leave the
So
park?
the plan is we can leave the park at 4
Okay.
to get back to our resort. Giving ourselves 45 minutes. I don't think it'll take that long.
Okay.
Get back to the resort, pick up our bags, and then be in an Uber to get to the airport for a 7:40 departure.
Okay.
So the morning we're planning. So that's going to be Magic Kingdom morning, or not. Or not. It doesn't have to be. Again,
No.
like we've have the privilege of like I
Mhm.
can't tell you that there's anything at this moment that I need to do at Magic
Mhm.
Kingdom besides a cheeseburger spring roll. Like it's
Well,
just
obviously that. Uh
there's no. I don't need to get on Peter Pan. I don't need to
no.
whatever.
And you
So
don't need multipass that day,
no,
likely.
no,
And so
no.
it's going to be wide open that if on that
Mhm.
morning you wake up and you're like, you know what, I need another Ronto wrap, then
Right, right.
whatever. Yeah.
we do have Liberty Tree Tavern reservations at 11.
Okay.
That's the one thing that we have. And again, we could cancel it, but I've not been to Liberty Tree Tavern in a while. And
Mhm.
so I think I would like to do that. That would be fun.
It's so good. It is so
Yeah. I
good.
mean, and plus, man, at this point, I feel like anything at Magic Kingdom's on the table for like potential destruction. I just like, oh gosh, I kind of want to
Oh.
make sure
Oh,
I
I hope they don't
get
ever
in to do
close
that.
Liberty
I hope
Tree.
so too, but you
It's
just never know. So
it's probably, I would say, of all of the table service restaurants, it's probably the one that we book the most spontaneously. Like, I'm constantly trying to say, "Okay, let's all pick something we have never done before. Let's
mm,
pick it," and I try to narrow it down. We used to do one table service a day, and I'm just like, "That's not necessary. We're gonna do 3 or
right.
4, and then go from there." But Liberty Tree is the one that I've noticed consistently will be there, and it'll be like, "Liberty Tree has some openings. Maybe we should go today."
Yeah. So I want that. Yeah, I definitely want. I want to go there.
Mhm.
So if nothing else, maybe we'll try to make sure we're there for our
Yeah.
reservation. But then it's just hanging out, and I've never been able to do like a park day on the day we leave.
Mhm.
Usually it's like going to Disney Springs or going to do some
Mhm.
breakfast somewhere, and then you're back at you're just sitting around waiting for you until you have to leave.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to try to do this. To
Mhm.
have the like, one last day of
Yeah.
excitement, on the day that
Yeah.
we leave. And in
Yeah.
fact, I don't have Disney Springs at all in my plans. I
Okay.
don't because I used to be like, oh, we gotta have a Disney Springs day. We gotta do that,
Mhm.
or I gotta go get the Gideon's cookie.
Mhm.
And I will be say I am. I mean, if there's a way for me to work in getting the Gideon's cookie, I may because as yes, I've heard the jeers. It's just like why are people waiting in line for a cookie? But that's such a good cookie.
Have you had the Summer House on the Lake cookies?
I have not. No, I have
Okay.
not. Are they good?
Hot
But
tip,
I
they're
mean,
very good, and there's not much of a line at all.
yeah, but do they have the banana bread? See, the banana bread. They said this. They have.
Chris, oh my god, they have this banana cookie.
Okay.
It is so good. It is so
All
good.
right.
And their cookies are so I like Gideon's cookies. They're good, but they're very dense
They
and
are big.
huge.
Yep. Yep.
The Summer House cookies are smaller and they're like a little crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. Like the texture is perfect to me. And I've tried a lot of the flavors, and I would say out of all of them, my favorite is the banana cookie. It is so good. Oh my gosh.
No, maybe so. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a Disney Springs morning on the last. I don't know. But it's in my plans. But
Yeah.
if it weren't for the cookies,
Yeah.
Gideon's or Summer House, be that as it may, like
Hmm.
I mean, the world of Disney Store overwhelms me.
Yeah.
It's too much,
And
and
most of what you can get there, you will have passed in
eh,
the parks anyway. So,
yeah, and
unless you have a
if right,
specific like food goal or a merch store that's not
sure,
going to be selling something that's available in the parks, I especially on a trip that's of this length, I don't think you need to work to make it fit. You know,
yeah.
I think you'd be fine.
So that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Then it's off back here for
Snap
not
back to
Disney time.
reality. Oop, there
Yep,
goes
yep.
gravity.
And it's like on a
Um,
Tuesday, so
I
then like
know
Wednesday we're just
that was my
back
next
to work.
question is, are you going back to work on Wednesday, or
Yeah,
have you
yep.
got a cushion? Okay.
No, no. Well, Wednesday is a work from home day for me,
Okay.
so
That
I
makes
don't.
a
At least
difference.
there's.
Makes a difference. I doubt your wife has that privilege
No,
though.
no, no, no. So in fact, she's instead of taking off the Friday
Uh-huh.
before, right? She's taking off Monday, Tuesday. So
Okay. All right.
yeah, no, 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 no. So yeah, so back to reality on Wednesday. But then
Mhm.
it's looking forward to are we booking a bounce back? Are we
Mhm.
going what
Yeah.
the our cruise in April? So
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Well, I hope you have a magical time. I hope the weather is nice for you. You know, this time of year we're
yep,
all crossing our fingers
yep,
because of tropical storms and whatnot. But I think right now, at least for next week, it's looking good. So I think that bodes well for you as well.
yeah.
All right.
Hopefully,
Well, I can't wait to talk to you when you get back. Be safe. and we'll
Thank
talk very
you.
soon.
Great. I'll be sure to make note of these benches. I'm
Oh,
excited for
please,
that.
please. You're going to benchmark the benches for
Oh,
us.
it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
All right. Talk to you later. Thank you so much to Chris for being game to be on the show. I hope you will all go and give him a follow on TikTok and Instagram. Chris's post-trip report episode is up next in your queue if you are subscribed to or following the show on your podcast app of choice. And if you aren't subscribed or following, why the heck not? It's a very easy way to support the show and will ensure that you always have access to the latest episodes as they come out. And with that, I'll close this out and remind you to keep daydreaming about where you long to be.